one of the biggest consumer brands in the world is making a movie, and it's going to change how films are made and funded forever. And no, it's not Barbie, although Barbie was a pretty epic movie. Instead, it's P&G. That's right, Procter & Gamble, which if you don't know Procter & Gamble, you definitely know one of their dozens of brands that they own that basically takes up a quarter of the shelves at a grocery store. Any store you go into, whether you're buying, soap, shampoo, really anything that you would use and consume yourself, P&G likely owns the brand, or at least owns one of the brands competing with the brand you use. And they're actually making a film now. They're making their own show, but it's not the type of show you think. It's not going to be on Netflix. It's not going to be in movie theaters. Instead, it's a vertical movie, a vertical show. Which, if you don't know what a vertical show is something that's 9:16. In fact, it's exactly not the way I'm filming this. This is being filmed 16:9. It's horizontal, meant to go on television or on a movie screen. But vertical shows, vertical films are meant to be watched on a phone. Thus, they're filmed vertically, or 9:16. But it's not just the actual filming dimension that separates vertical films from what we'd think of as more traditional television shows. They also have no distinguishing factor. They tend to be very short episodes ending in cliffhangers. When I say very short, I mean really short. We're talking on average 90-second episodes. And a season might contain 50 or sometimes even all the way up to 75 to 100 of these episodes. You might be wondering who is watching these shows. And the truth is, they're a lot more popular than pretty much anyone thought until recently. It seems like now verticals are becoming a talk of Hollywood and something that everyone's buzzing about. But until recently, they were this sort of nascent genre that some folks in the film industry were like, oh, that's cool. But quietly, viewers were watching tons and tons of them. In fact, literally, DramaBox, one of the top vertical show apps, was downloaded more times in the US last year than Netflix. These apps are now making billions of dollars a year in the US. And most of the genres that do well, they're romance films. Whether they're paranormal, whether they are, sometimes billionaire romances. There's lots of different types of romances on these apps. But what they have in common is that they're targeted to typically women who are above the age of sometimes 20, but most of their whale audience is above 30 and oftentimes even above 40. And they're watching these shows in quick hits on their phone in between maybe dropping their kids off at school or getting ready and getting up in the morning and getting that quick hit in of a story that they love. It's kind of ingenious and built around the lives of a modern consumer. That's what vertical films are. It's a new form of long form storytelling that we all know and love, packaged into a format that's more accessible. Now, I want to share 3 big things that are happening in verticals that this Procter & Gamble moment is a bellwether for. And the first is that vertical production is about to explode. Hollywood studios are pumping literally billions of dollars now into making verticals. There's studios all the way from Atlanta to the Southeast Asia to Hollywood that are producing these. But with Creatorwood now, you can actually make verticals yourself using AI for not tens of thousands of dollars, but oftentimes even just $1,000 or $1,500. Let me explain to you how this all works. So, for those who don't know, Creatorwood is the platform I'm the CEO of. We turn stories, whether they're scripts, prose, books, we turn them into movies and shows with AI, and we're really like a studio in a box. You upload your story to our platform, we create all of your character settings and objects beneath your story, and once you edit them, you can refine their look. We'll retain their consistency throughout your entire film, whether it's an hour long, 10 hours long, or just 10 minutes. Then you have your full storyboard inside of Creatorwood. We literally plan out every single shot of your film and every camera movement based on your story. And then you press a button and each scene comes to life with video, dialogue, music, and sound effects. It's pretty remarkable. And on Creatorwood, we just launched support for verticals, where now your storyboard, all the start frames will be in vertical format if you want your project to be in vertical format. And likewise, your videos will be outputted in vertical format, ready to make verticals. And we'll even make your script work with the scene headings and all of that designed to have these shorter cliffhangers and work for the shorter episode format, so common in verticals. So this is one big moment in verticals. We're about to see an explosion in this format of creativity. And it's not just studios and Hollywood that are going to be making all the money here. It's people like you who now with Creatorwood can not only create their films for a price that's extremely affordable, 1,000 times cheaper than traditional production methods, but also you can distribute it. And on Creatorwood, we're actually designed with a vertical business model in mind. Oftentimes people pay as little as 30 to 50 cents an episode because they're short, they're 90 seconds. So on Creatorwood, you literally can charge as little as 10 cents an episode and keep 80% of the money. That's what's remarkable about Creatorwood. Most platforms force you to charge at least $1 for anything. And if you charge $1, they'll often take 50 to 70% of your income, and sometimes even more. But on Creatorwood, you keep 80% of your income and all of the emails of your paying followers and of your free viewers on Creatorwood. So you get to literally have a direct access to your audience, keep 80% of your revenue. That's gross revenue, by the way. You keep 80% off the top. So if you charge 10 cents for an episode and they pay one episode at a time, you'll keep 8 cents of that per episode. That is remarkable. No other platform in the world is built for that. And it's why Creatorwood really is built to help you build your own business, creating verticals, whether they're shows, movies, and whatever genre you want with AI. And what we're now seeing is actually an explosion. We have behind the scenes some incredible creators working with us. We're super excited to share some of their productions when they're ready that are now getting into verticals and not just creating the typical genres that have done well in vertical, although I'm really excited about so many awesome romance films as well. But what we're now seeing, which is equally exciting, is folks branching out into action, sci-fi, and more. Now, it's yet to be seen how well these genres will do in vertical, but studios are doubling down on what's worked. They have to spend a lot of money to make a vertical, so they're taking the safer bet, which oftentimes means creating, verticals in the genres that people are already used to watching in. But now with AI, since you can create things so cheaply, you're able to get ideas off the ground, not for just $1,000, but in verticals, you can create literally one episode, a 1.5 minute episode for less than $50 most of the time. That's crazy. So you can create a few episodes for just $100, $200, see if viewers want it, and then from there, you can decide whether you want to keep investing in your series or not. I just find that remarkable and something that's really going to change the industry. So that's the first big thing. The second big thing is that we're starting to see a whole really cottage industry form around verticals, not just from the perspective of, the viewership, but also the writers too. And there's this great book that I'll link down to the description that was written all about how to write specifically for verticals, which is so exciting. So there's literally now screenwriters focused on verticals. There's editors even who are now specializing in the vertical format. So it's a very exciting time to be in vertical. And what's great with AI filmmaking is you can still work with all of these folks. And we work with professionals who have experience not only in AI filmmaking, but working in the genre that you are creating it. So whether it's romance or sci-fi or verticals, we have folks on our team who know what they're doing. They're real professionals. And we're building out a marketplace where if you want to make a living making these types of films, making verticals, writing verticals for others, you can join our marketplace when it comes out. So the second big thing is that even with AI is bringing down the cost of creation. And now we finally have places to distribute. There's other distribution opportunities beyond Creatorwood. We have tons of new studios that are coming up and trying to buy vertical distributors coming about. But there's also Creatorwood you can always distribute to anytime, which is remarkable. And then, which is maybe even bigger, you have people to help you make it. Yes, AI makes it super cheap, but it doesn't necessarily always make it easy. It's great to have people who are great at storytelling, who are great at editing, and can help you every step of the way. And that's part of what we offer at Creatorwood too. And you can click the link in the description and learn more about our VAB production service. You can book a free consultation call with us. And if you're interested in joining our marketplace and being one of our early creators who helps folks make their own, not just AI verticals, but AI movies and shows in general, then you can also email us at hello@creatorwood.tv. We'd love to have you in. You don't need to have any previous formal production experience. What really matters to us is that you want to dive into this new world of AI filmmaking with us and learn these new tools and techniques. And it's just so exciting. Okay. And the third reason that I'm really excited about verticals, and this is where we go back to the beginning with PNG, is the advertising opportunities. We're actually bringing someone onto the Creatorwood team whose full-time job, she starts in a month, I'm so excited, is going to be focused on bringing on actors, talent into Creatorwood so that you can license, basically an AI voice or an AI image of a famous person. Likewise, she's also going to be working with brands that you can have product placement in your films, whether they're verticals or not, which will be huge, truly, truly huge. And this is part of what P&G is doing, right? Why is P&G making their own film, right? It's not just that they're making money in verticals and they want to, build a profitable film company. They don't care about that. Like, even if they make $1 billion making verticals next year, that's just a rounding error. They're such a huge company. The real game for them is having their products placed inside of the vertical films so that viewers will engage with their products more. They'll be like, wow, this is a film where it deeply integrates this dish soap or this other household product into the film. Because remember what soap operas were. Back in the day, soap operas, which a lot of verticals borrow from soap opera storytelling, soap operas were literally created, soap operas, to, at the time, again, times are different now, but to advertise products to housewives, essentially. And they were funded and created by companies like P&G and big consumer packaged good companies at the time. So soap operas literally were designed to sell soap to housewives. And it so turns out that vertical films are going to do much more than just sell soap to housewives, although P&G might be reimagining that. But instead, a whole generation of fashion, makeup, coffee, and everything to consumers. So any consumer brand is going to basically want to make money now because there's an opportunity to reach consumers who watch vertical films, the tens and tens of millions who do, and have them buy your product. So if you run a consumer brand or work for a brand or work in marketing and you'd like to basically get a good deal being placed inside of vertical films, have some buzz around it too because it's an interesting ad format that not many people are doing, reach out to us. We're facilitating and helping make this happen so that creators on Creatorwood can get paid. That's very fun, to get paid by brands, and that brands can also make money sharing them with viewers. And this is a big opportunity that is just starting to come to life now, and we're so excited to see this happen. And not only the vertical industry start to mature, but really this new wild west of filmmaking in general start to have some new brands and new opportunities for creatives come in it. So I know I spilled out a lot here, but I want to end off just by saying thank you. I'm literally in the car making this. I want to do better about sharing my insights with you all, and I honestly think a given week goes by, so much happens in the industry, so much happens that we get to see inside of Creatorwood. Very unique privilege that I have being able to help lead this company with all of you, and I want to do a better job at sharing our insights. So if you're okay with me kind of walking around in between things, because essentially like I can do my best thinking when I'm not behind my desk, because I'm usually behind my desk just putting out fire or jumping between this, talking to this person, and then I feel like I can finally think when I'm walking around or driving around. So if you enjoy that, I'd like to do some more of this because I think I have some valuable insights that will help you all, whether you plan to use Creatorwood or not, because I think the film industry is going through massive changes. I know that. And it's better to be informed as we go through these changes so we can navigate them together. And of course, if you do want to use Creatorwood, like I said, super exciting vertical feature just launched. I'll share something on the screen now. You can see here literally how start frames work in vertical format. How you can, actually output video in vertical format. Which is super exciting because part of what makes the vertical format hard is that perspective, right? Like, what part of the story are you going to be showing on camera? Creatorwood makes it easy and makes it, again, possible if you'd have consistent characters, consistent setting, consistent props, and all of this is right now. You can check it out right now at creatorwood.tv. You can join. It's a pay-as-you-go system, so you can pay one episode at a time, start selling your episodes on Creatorwood, make your money back, and hopefully make not only money back to fund your next episodes, but hopefully a profit to make up for all the time that you're putting into your verticals. So yeah, this is the new world of filmmaking on Creatorwood. It's super exciting, and I'm super grateful to have you all here, to have your interest. We're working on tons of amazing things. Our next launch is going to be teasers and trailers, where literally you can, in a button, create a trailer from your film and also a teaser, which teasers are how a lot of verticals are advertised, where they take specific scenes from the story, put them on social media, run a Facebook ad to it, and then once someone watches that scene, they go, oh, I need more of that story, and they click and watch the rest of the vertical and then start paying. So that's the model, little inside juice there. But with all that said, thank you all again, as always. And don't forget, storytellers rule the world.